So I'm like, all right. So I gained almost 20 pounds that summer, just half-ass training, or I was training hard now, but not half-ass eating, and made the team and did good. I got back. Season was over, and I came back in the gym there, and I kept training all through the school year. Well, that next year, that next summer, he's a kid. He goes, "You ever think about competing?" I'm like, I'm looking at this dude going, "Are you nuts?" And he goes, "No, they got a junior division." And I'm like, he goes, "Why don't you come to the show this weekend and I'll see what it's all about?" All right, so I went. He picked me up, took me, went to the show, and I saw the junior division. I was like, he goes, "What do you think?" I go, if I train for it, I could do it. He goes, "There's a show at the end of the summer, like 12 weeks from now." He goes, "If you want to train for it, I'll train you for it." He goes, I go, "All right." He goes, "I'm going to take you to a real gym." I'm like, "Well, what the hell are we at right now?" He goes, "This ain't a real gym." I'm like, "All right." He goes, "I'll pick you up Monday morning." He picks me up Monday morning, we drive across town. We pull up in front of this gym, gravel parking lot. There's chicks in bikinis squatting out front. And there's the biggest dudes I've ever seen in my life walking around. You can hear the music. It's cranking so loud. I walk in the gym, and the gym is called Metroflex Gym. And Mark walks in, and he says, "Hey, man, this is this kid I was telling you about. He wants to compete." And I introduced myself, and I said, "Hey, man, I'd like to do this show. I don't have money. I can't afford a membership." I said, "I'll clean the place up, work it off, trade out with you if I can train here for this competition." And Brian said, "Let me see what you look like." So I took my shirt off, hit a few poses, and he goes, "Let me see your legs." I showed him my legs. He goes, "I'll tell you what, kid." He goes, "You train here and represent the gym, and you win, you don't got to buy a membership." He goes, "If you lose, you're going to work it off." I'm like, "Fair enough." Well, this guy, Mark, turned out to be Ronnie Coleman's workout partner.
Oh, shit.
And Brian trained him. So that's who I trained for my first show.
Yeah.
And that was 26 years ago.
Yeah.
And I still haven't bought a membership.
I still can't get over the chicks squatting in bikinis. I'm still stuck.
Yeah, man, it was that place it's calmed down a lot. But back then, all the good strip clubs were in Arlington, or outside of Dallas. So they all trained there, and all the dudes, So it was a volatile mix, man. You had strippers training there. You had cops. You had thugs. You had powerlifters. You had bodybuilders. You had pro athletes. So it was like fire and gasoline. It was always
the best I ever got on any of that was one of our guys took weights outside the gym in the snow and deadlifted naked in just a pair of work boots. So I got kind of the flip side of that. I didn't get bikinis. I got.
Nah, man, we had some crazy stuff happen in that gym, man. It was they had a shootout one time.
There's probably fights and shit, right? I mean,
oh, dude, there was fights all the time, man. The rule was if you fought, you went outside and fought. If you won, you got to come back in and finish your workout. If you lost, you went home for the day. So that was the rule. The only person that would fight inside the gym was...
No, you got your ass kicked. You know you got your ass kicked. Go home.
Now, Brian would send out there and referee it, man. If if you lost, he's like, "You got to go home for the day, bro." And that was that. So Mark was the only one that would fight inside the gym. And I think the worst fight that ever happened was he was dating this girl, and he knew that one of her ex-boyfriends was one of these male stripper dudes, and he called them dick dancers. He hated them. And the dudes, man, they walk around no shirts on, long hair.
You mix the strippers in with the bodybuilders, and you're gonna run into some problems.
So you got this male stripper dudes in there. Well, he hated them, and he knew she messed with one of them before they got together, and it didn't matter that he wasn't with her, because like once he had his brand on him, then anybody before or after had a problem if he ran into him. So we're training, and she whistles at somebody because she's in there, and he goes, "Who you whistling at?" And she goes, "Nothing." And he looked around, he goes, "Oh, that's that dude, ain't it? That's your freaking dude you used to mess with." And she goes, "Whatever." He goes, "I'll beat his ass." She goes, "Yeah, right." He goes, "Oh, you don't think I can beat his ass?" And I'm like, "Oh no, here we go." Well, this dude takes off on a freaking death march across the gym. And this dude is doing leg curls. When he sees Mark coming, he pushes himself up. He goes, "Hey, man." Mark just freaking blasts him, knocks him over backwards, and stomps this dude's teeth out, literally. Jesus. And he had long hair and a ponytail. Well, the whole gym stops because Mark's over here just savaging this dude. And remember, Ronnie's there, and he's a cop, but Ronnie's just sitting there with his arms folded going, "Yeah, Big Mark is real pissed today." And so this poor dude is just getting pummeled, man. And he's basically unconscious. And finally, Brian jumps on Mark and is like, "Dude, you're going to kill this dude. Stop." And the guy's just, a bloodied mess on the floor. He looks around. He puts his foot on the dude's head, wraps his ponytail around his hand, pulls it out, scalps this dude.
Oh.
everybody was like, that's the only time I saw that gym. Everybody was like, oh shit. And,
Like that was too much for everybody.
Yeah, everybody was like, damn, dude. And,
screaming on the leg press and
yeah.
hack squats is not a big deal.
Typical fight. Nobody really, the gym wouldn't even stop half the time. Everybody just keep training. But yeah, so he threw it down. He went over and grabbed Michelle by the hair, threw her in the car, and they left. And
Jesus.
Brian took the hair and tacked it up on the wall next to the boar skull. And it was there for years. People would come in like, what's that? I'm like, man, don't even ask. Just go.
Sore subject.
Yeah. So
craziness.
yeah, it was a wild place to grow up as a kid. So, but those guys actually kept me out of a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Because it was do as I say, not as I do. So as I got older, man, they were like, kid, you're gonna have a good career at this. Don't do what we do.
Did you have a good time with bodybuilding? Because I mean, going through these competitions and going through the dieting and all the, all the training and everything, it is fun. But the consistency and longevity that you had, did you enjoy all of it?
Had a blast. Had the time of my life. That was my dream.
It must have got frustrating at times, though, too, right? When you're not maybe getting where you want to get or things like that.
I never let myself get frustrated. I believed in myself. I'm a Christian. I've always, put my faith in the Lord. And as far as getting frustrated, I never let myself get frustrated. If I had a bad placing or had an injury, then I didn't let myself feel sorry or get frustrated. I just focus on how can I overcome this.
What do you think what do you think a misconception might be about the way that you train? Because like watching some of the videos where you guys are doing like shoulder presses, like you're just chucking the weight around, like whatever way you can.
You know what?
What do you think's misunderstood
that's one of
about
my biggest thing that kind of pisses me off. Is like, okay, powerlifting, you're being judged on your form, right?
Mm-hmm.
I powerlifted, right? I've done meets, done whatever. Bodybuilding, you're not being judged on your form.
Right.
Bodybuilding's real simple.
You're not going to a show and doing a
no
overhead
one
press.
no one gives a damn how much you bench press or squat or what your form is when you're on stage. No one cares. It doesn't matter. All bodybuilding is getting the most blood into the muscle as humanly possible and train it to failure. And then you rest and repeat. That's all it is. So if you sacrifice a little bit of form in order to get more reps,
right,
to fatigue the muscle more, what's wrong with that?
A good example of that too would be something like a bent over row. Like if you don't move at all on a bent over row, you're using a lot less weight, and the range of motion is a lot shorter.
Correct.
I mean, you might literally use like 95 pounds if you're trying to be super strict and trying to have the most range of motion possible and really arching into it and squeezing everything that you got. Versus somebody who's strong could use 3-4 plates, maybe even more, by getting a little body English into it. And so what if you work your lower back, hamstrings, and glutes while you're working your lats?
You look at the best bodybuilders. Look at Ronnie. Was his form perfect?
Right.
No. Was Jay Cutler's form perfect? No. I can go on and on and on. All right, with top guys. And it's not about having perfect form. This picture, there's a certain point where, if you get too crazy, you're going to get hurt. But if you're still in control of the weight, you're still feeling the muscle contract, you're getting the burn, and you're getting the pump. That's all it is. And, these people that want to criticize, I'm like, well, what have you done?
Right.
Where's your resume? What have you won? How do you look?
Right. Yeah, on YouTube, that you're going to see a lot of negative comments. Man, they're just chucking the weight around. What are they doing? Do you feel? You mentioned kind of getting a pump, and you mentioned the feel. So you sometimes will, especially in something like a squat. If you squat a plate and you move really slow, or you squat 2 plates and you move really slow, and you're trying to contract everything, you could feel and concentrate everything. But if you try like 4 or 5 plates, it's kind of harder to concentrate. It's like your whole body's involved. Did you do a little bit of both in your training? Did you sometimes reduce the weight and move at a different tempo?
Absolutely.
Or did you like to just go heavy?
No, I think that's another thing. Most of the stuff that was filmed, I think it was out there, was me going super.
That's what people want to see.
Yeah, high intensity. That's what they want to see.
You doing flies with 45-pound dumbbells, like
that's just boring.
Yeah,
yeah. They want to see Branch, going fucking nuts.
Right.
Shoulder pressing 365 for 10, 12 reps or something. I mean, that's what they want to see. But